All right. We are back with the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Just kind of reflecting on what we talked about right quick. We had our WWE SmackDown preview. We had my Thursday Night Wrestling review. We jump into the world of TNA Impact and also the Ring of Honor. So then we moved on. We moved on to potential WWE superstars to ultimately, sign up for this already failing new Judgment Day gimmick. I don't think it's really going to happen. Then we moved on. We talked about Bobby Lashley, one of the most impressive superstars of this decade in terms of professional wrestling, being wasted by WWE. Just another talent ready to be scooped up. Obviously, if he goes all elite, you bet your ass that I am going to watch Bobby Lashley every damn week. And to be honest, I think ratings are going to be good for AEW. If you have someone like someone like Bobby Lashley go on to AEW Dynamite or Rampage or Collision, and he pops up around, oh, that'd be so great. He's automatically just such a huge name inside the professional wrestling industry that he really needs no introductions. And he comes with MVP, comes with Shelton Benjamin. People are gonna be like, dude, this was a faction that was supposed to be as prominent as the Bloodline, but obviously WWE loves themselves some Roman Reigns. So, like, all right, you know what? Bobby Lashley, he's on the precipice right now of greatness. He's a WWE champion. We have the Hurt Business going. We also have the tag team champion, Cedric Alexander, Shelton Benjamin. Guess what? They're gonna lose it all. And we're gonna have Roman Reigns. We're gonna have the Usos just take over. Like, that was my Triple H voice. I'm sorry. But overall, I am a huge believer of Paul Levesque. But a lot of people, including myself, we've given a lot of credit toward mediocrity lately in terms of the professional wrestling business within the last 5 or 4 years. Like once when he kind of saw Vince McMahon was kind of, he's not creative anymore. He doesn't have any, talent relation executives inside the business anymore. You had a lot of people let go from WWE. You also saw a lot of people come on. And most importantly, you saw him step away from controlling what's going to happen to the WWE superstars, which is something that should have happened a long ass time ago. And now you kind of have Paul Levesque. Paul Levesque I feel like he's, at some kind of, in public relations, we like to call the term damage control. And I'm not talking about Dakota Kai, Kyrie Singh, and Io Sky. I'm not. I'm just kidding. No, but we're talking about like once when something bad happens, you're like, oh, great. All right, we got to clean up Vince's mess again. Sorry, guys. They're like, oh, we had great superstars that we burned during the Vince McMahon era, and Triple H is like, oh, what are we gonna do now? Like, it's not a comfortable position where he's at right now. It's not. I'm not trying to to blame Triple H, Paul Levesque, but there was also that rumor going around that MVP claim that Triple H saw the Hurt Business and kind of shied it on. He was like, you know what? Yeah, no, we don't need that. I think 1,010% you did need that. I'm sorry, you did, dude. You did. Instead, you try to recreate the Hurt Business with the pride. You had the Street Profits teaming with Bobby Lashley to come out as this, arrogant, self-centered superstars that were like, you looking at the fans, be like, you know what? Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Only for them to wind up baby faces again. I And then you have someone like the Final Testament. Oh, you know what'd be really cool? We bring back Karrion Cross. We have the Authors of Pain, and we're gonna make them into tag team champions. No, I don't know. It just baffles me. So let's go ahead and move on to this news segment. We only have a little bit of time. I gotta cut this off in about 4 minutes so we don't cross over. Yeah, let's go ahead and dig on into it. So we have every single Friday, I give you guys my wrestling news roundup. So let's go ahead and dig on into that. First and foremost, something that's been kind of speculated inside this professional wrestling industry is that there's going to be women's singles championship belts unveiled pretty soon. Honestly, 1,010%. I've been, advocating for this for the longest time because you have a lot of mid-card wrestlers in the women's division that's either left WWE, that's stuck with WWE, and now it's to the point where, they've been floaters within the industry to the point where they're kind of, downright heroes. Like, you know what, to the point where like if they become champions, people don't really believe it. And the United States Women's Championship as well is going to be amazing. I feel like this is something that WWE has been needing for the longest time. It's kind of a damn shame that it took this damn long, but I guess we're getting it sooner rather than later. Next we have Starks, not so we not I don't want to say Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks is he's looking to sign with the WWE. I've seen him inside AEW Dynamite. He's great on the mic. Great on the mic, 1,010%. Kind of reminds me of the young Rock, but at the same time, he's still very young. He's still very young. Imagine him coming out, cutting a good promo against Ethan Page. Kind of reminds me of like kind of like a Trick Williams. Perhaps like he could be like an in your face kind of guy. Next, we have the LA Knight recently signed a contract with WWE. A lot of speculation saying that he is going to lose the belt due to suspension by Nick Aldis of WWE SmackDown to being sued by the former WWE United States champion, Logan Paul. Next, we have, like I mentioned before, Mark Shapiro from WWE, TKO, UFC believes that this new step from NXT going to the CW network is going to be absolutely amazing. Obviously, you kind of had, reality TV shows with UFC, The Ultimate Fighter. You've had WWE shows on like Total Divas, and it's been speculated that you're going to see a lot of shows circled around the WWE universe on the CW network. Obviously, you kind of have Sami Zayn's show kind of going around right now. And, it's very possible that you could have a lot of, TV shows kind of stemmed around this. Next, we have Ariana Grace. Ariana Grace, much like Stephanie McCure, also Samantha Irving, dropped some pretty bombshell pictures on the internet. The one thing that I was kind of, kind of thought about in terms of wrestling news, I was like, it kind of sucks for, damn, what was her name? I'm not Amanda. Not Amanda. Oh God, I can't think of her right now. Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose. She ultimately got fired because she was posting pictures like that. Next, we got Zion Quinn signed by TNA Impact. He was great. He's such a promising superstar. He was recently released with the Jinder Mahal. But now you kind of see him kind of moving on to something bigger and better. And 1,010%. I advocate for Zion. I think 1,010%. All right, guys, that's it for me. Thank you so much for tuning into the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Remember to Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show. Also follow the network at the GSMC Sports Network. Follow the show as well. Also, follow us on TikTok, Twitter/X, Instagram, and Facebook for more content and updates. And like I always said, if I haven't made you a wrestling fan by now, we have a whole bunch of sports podcasts. Basketball with Nelson. We got Chris Shepard on the GSMC draft. On the GSMC Fantasy Sports Podcast, we got Kenneth with GSMC Football Podcast and my boy Manny with the GSMC Chip Shot Football Podcast. So make sure you tune into all those podcasts. Become part of the GSMC Sports bloodline, the cool bloodline, not the Sola Sokola bloodline. Once again, 1,010%. Absolutely love you guys. Remember to hit that super chat, hit that super sticker because you guys are super awesome. Most importantly, hey, stay beautiful.